Hi, this is Lisa, and I want to share with you today a tutorial on how to make vintage notebook, reusable notebook covers. These are some vintage cartoon magazines. This one is Captain America, and we have the four-corner holder on this one. This one is Thor. As you see, it only cost 35 cents back then. Marvel Comics. These are vintage comic book covers, I meant to say. And this one I've actually never even heard of, Science Fiction Quarterly. But when I saw it, I just thought she was so pretty, and I wanted to do one for her. And this one also have the full fold down here. So what you'll need for this tutorial are complimentary duct tapes for your picture, some clear tape, a blade, a ruler, and possibly some scissors. Main thing you'll need is a picture that you want to use for your removable cover. It can be like I did with the vintage comic books, or you can do one of yourself and your friends, or even your favorite athlete or entertainer. This one I'm going to go ahead and do with Batman and Robin. Oh, also you're going to need a notebook. This one is a one subject notebook, but if you're going to use a three subject notebook, you're going to have to add more space for your binder. So I'm just showing you how to do it for the one subject notebook. Okay, so first thing you're going to do is clear tape the front of your sheet. And it just makes it a lot easier. And try not to have anything on the tape like I have right there. It's going to get covered, but you still want it to be as neat as possible. And try to make sure you overlap. You don't want any spaces in here because you don't want any water or anything to get on there and damage the picture. It is paper after all. Please excuse me. So I'm going to come back, and when I come back, I'm going to have the front completely clear taped, and the back will also be taped. Okay, I'm back, and I have the front completely clear taped, and I have the back covered as well. Now what I'm going to do is actually trim this piece up here just a little. I wanted to overlap some, but this is going to be a little too much hangover for me. So I'm going to cut this down. Get right on the line. Alright, so now these two should be about the same same size. Okay, now if you want to, you could actually trim it the full length of this, which would be, I think, like 10.5 inches. But like I said, I just want a little bit of hangover on both sides for this. So next, what we do is put these two pieces together. And you're going to leave about a 1/2 inch gap. I'm going to take this yellow. I do this all the time. I knew I should have just cut it, but now I want to cut it in half because this yellow is so light, you'll still be able to see right through it. So I just want to cut it in half. of this. Now I'll put these two pieces together. I felt this moving. Okay. I'll just roll this over. Then we'll take a piece of purple and put that right on there. Now for this one, I'm just going to do the 4 corners to hold the notebook in. So what you're going to need for that is 2 3x3 squares. And I already made mine. And what we're going to do is just cut them in half. And we're going to trim the tops with the black duct tape. So this is a 3x3 piece. And I'm just going to cut this at the diagonal. We're going to take the black tape and trim it just so you'll have a rounded edge. Going to need about a 4-inch piece. Use the clean edge. I'm going in about 1/4 of an inch. And don't worry about that corner, it'll be covered once you adhere it to the other piece. To the notebook. Okay, now we're going to attach these to the corner. And they're going to be like this. And what we're going to do is take a piece of the black and we're going to make it the same length as the notebook. I'm going to cut this one in half. And what we're going to do first is actually cut on this side. And we're just covering up this white over here. cut this at an angle, or you can just cut it straight. And just fold this piece underneath. Then the same thing up here. Now, since you don't have any type of border over here, you can just go about a 1/2 inch. Remembering to use your straightest side on the outside. I didn't have this one. Oh, I forgot we had that little excess there. Now we're going to do the same thing for the top and the bottom. I'm going to take a piece, the width of the notebook. And we're going to cut that in half. This may actually be a little bit longer. Flip it over. So much, but it's going to be all right. If you don't like the way that looks, you can always trim it down, but I'm going to leave it as it is. It's not like it's going to be seen too much as the inside of the notebook. Okay, so I'm going to come back and have that bottom piece done. Okay, I'm back, and as you see, I have all the corners in here. If you want, you can take the time to clear tape it, but I'm not. Also, before you put this section in and do all of that, make sure that your book is even. Then you want to kind of crease it some, and you may need to kind of press it just a wee bit, so that'll go in there. Then add your notebook, and don't worry, at first it's going to seem like, oh, it's too large, but You want it to be a little bit larger so your notebook actually won't be hanging outside. So just kind of even that out a little bit. And see, once you put it on, it's actually a good size. I'm just pressing down this tape over the binding because it won't arise, but in order for this to kind of flatten out, you may need to just put something heavy over it or just continuously press down on it. So once again, this is Lisa, and this is my tutorial on a reusable notebook cover. Thanks so much for viewing.